My name is Bridget Chili Davis, and I identify as a Malula Kabi Kabi woman within the Kabi Kabi Gubbi Gubbi Nation and language group. We're out here on country. This is a place that we call Judinga, where our people have been camping for tens of thousands of years. It's NAIDOC 2018, and the theme is Because of Her We Can. And it's because of my grandmother, my mother, our old people. It's because of her we can. It's because of her we're here today actually talking about our connection to country. My mum gave me to my nan at 2 days old, and I was raised here on country with my grandmother. I still had that beautiful connection with my mum and my siblings and my father, and they lived up north. And being raised here on the Sunshine Coast with my grandmother, it was absolutely amazing. My nan actually would take us to places, and we would just, because we were small children, we would just think it was just a beautiful place. But coming back home on country and actually seeing and revisiting those areas, to me, it just jumps out that they were actually significant cultural areas that my grandmother was taking us to, and the way she protected country back then, it was, still that spiritual and physical connection. And I'm just so honoured and privileged to be able to carry that on for my grandmother. For my grandmother's grandmother, Susie of Malula, she was born here. Her children were born here. My nan were born here. Mum and siblings, her siblings were born here. I was born here. My grandchildren were born here. So it's quite a significant connection to country for us. And to honour my great-great-grandmother, I would like to repatriate her and bring her back home to country, because it's been 102 years since she was forcefully removed from country. And just to start that healing process, I'd like to actually be respectful and honour my old people and bring them home. It means so much. It means so much, She was the last traditional woman to actually be removed from the Sunshine Coast. And, she was removed for reasons that were out of her control back in those days. So in 1916 she was removed, and she walked from the Maroochy River to Taroom. And it's just it would have been a really sad time at that time, but just to repatriate and bring her home, and to know that her spirit can rest and we can start the healing process here on country is a huge thing for us to be all part of that. It's an action of reconciliation, I believe, and that's what we need to look at, walking and working together on country. And just for my nan, and her siblings and her parents, we've got unmarked graves. I would just like to have all our graves with headstones on them, because we're traditional owners, and this is their country, and we're here because of them. They're the ones that kept the old stories and the sacred songlines and dreamings, and we're severing those ties, really. And we need to, restore that and bring that back and make sure that we've got a place here on country for my great-great-grandchildren to come, to have a place, have a legacy. Because the Sunshine Coast is growing so fast, but I look around and I think, we're very lucky. Look at this place. Look at this place. Everyone wants to come and live here on my grandmother country. We want to have a beautiful place. Look at this. Look at our coastline, our flora and fauna, all to, be still here, present on country. Because that's the spirit of the Sunshine Coast. That's the spirit of our old people. The spirit of Malula. Yeah. And I think, well, let's work together. That's what we have to do.